Good morning all of you. Welcome to Amrita IAS Academy. Today we are resuming the program Learn CSAT through PYQs. So far we have covered the questions from topics number system, ratio and proportion, average, percentage, profit and loss. Today we are with another topic, that is time and distance. So before moving to the video, I request all the students to please watch the previous videos so that you get an idea, basic idea of what kind of questions are coming and how to solve the questions from the topics. So as far as the topic is concerned, there are very limited number of questions I have asked from the particular topic from the year 2014 to 2021. There are around 15 to 16 questions I have asked from this particular topic. Though the topic seems to be a bit difficult, we can solve entire questions from the particular topic by using the basic idea of what actually the time, distance and speed is. By using simple ideas and simple equations, we can solve the questions from the topic time and distance. So once again, I welcome all of you to the program Learn CSAT through PYQs. Before moving to questions, let me introduce what actually the concept time, distance and speed is. Okay, you may familiar with the idea of time, distance and speed. So the basic idea regarding time, distance and speed can be summarized in a simple equations. That is, distance will be a product of time and speed. Distance implies the distance covered by a person or a vehicle, and time is the time taken by the person or vehicle to cover that specific distance. Speed is the speed at which the person or the vehicle moves. Clear? Okay. Then distance can be represented as the product of speed and time. Time can be represented as the ratio of distance and speed, that is, time is equal to distance divided by speed. Speed can be represented as the ratio of distance and time, that is, speed is equal to distance divided by time. This basic equation can be used or can be applied for solving entire questions that I have asked from this particular topic, time and distance. Clear? Okay. In certain case, the distance will be provided in kilometer and the speed will be given in meter per second. In certain cases, the distance will be provided in kilometer and the speed will be given in meter per second. So we have to convert the meter per second in terms of kilometer. That is, we have to convert this meter per second in terms of kilometer per hour, or sometimes the speed will be given in kilometer per second and the distance will be given in terms of meter. So we have to convert this kilometer per hour speed in terms of meter per second, right? So certain occasion demands us to convert the kilometer per hour into meter per second and vice versa. So in order to do that, we have to apply an equation that if we have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, we have to multiply the kilometer per hour into 5 by 18. Clear? If we have to convert the meter per second in terms of kilometer per hour, we have to multiply meter per second into 18 by 5. So kilometer per hour into meter per second. In order to convert kilometer per hour speed into meter per second, we have to convert that speed into 5 by 18. Clear? If we have to convert the speed which is given in meter per second into kilometer per hour, we have to multiply the meter per second into 18 by 5. Clear? So this is a basic idea regarding converting meter per second speed into kilometer per hour and kilometer per hour speed into meter per second. Simple? Okay. One last idea regarding a specific context which I am going to discuss. Okay. For example, suppose there are 2 points A and B and a person travels from A to B at a uniform speed of x, let's take x kilometer per hour, and return, which means moves back from A to B, sorry, B to A at a uniform speed of y kilometer per hour. So he travels from A to B at a uniform speed of x kilometer per hour, returns at a uniform speed of y kilometer per hour. Clear? Okay. Then the question, if the question asks to calculate the average speed of the person, if the question asks to find the average speed of the person, then we have to rely on the equation that the average speed of this particular person will be 2xy divided by x plus y. This specific equation or this particular equation can be applied in 3 to 4 questions that have asked from year 2014 to 2021. So the formula to find the average speed of this particular person who moves from A to B at a uniform speed of x and back from B to A at a uniform speed of y, then the average speed of this particular person can be obtained by using the formula 2xy divided by x plus y. So these little things are the basic understanding or basic idea regarding the topic time and distance. Clear? So once understand this basic idea, a person, an aspirant can solve the entire questions asked from this particular topic. Clear? Okay. So having covered all the basic things, let's move to the questions. The first question from the year 2014 is, a worker reaches his factory 3 minutes late if his speed from his house to the factory is 5 km per hour. If he walks at a speed of 6 km per hour, then he reaches the factory 7 minutes early. The distance of the factory from his house is, okay, it's a simple question. Let's look how this question can be solved. Okay, so a person, this is his house, factory. When the person travels at a speed of 5 km per hour, he takes 3 minutes extra than the usual time, which means that is he is late by 3 minutes. Before that, let me assume the person takes t hour to reach. Normally the person takes t hour or t hour time to reach the factory. Clear? Okay. When the speed of the person is 5 km per hour, he is late by 3 minutes, which means he takes 3 extra minutes to reach the destination. Clear? Okay. When the person travels at a distance at a speed of 6 km per hour, he is 7 minutes early. Clear? Okay. So the time taken by the person when he travels at a speed of 6 km per hour is t minus 7 minutes. Clear? So we have already said the time has been given in hour. Why I take time in terms of hour? Because the speed is given in terms of kilometer per hour. So we have to make either the speed in terms of meter per second, so that we can assume that t is second, or we can convert the entire time in terms of hour. But it says the 3 is given in terms of minutes and the 7 is also given in terms of minute. So we have to convert the 3 minutes in terms of hour and 7 minutes in terms of hour. Okay, so we can write t plus 3 minutes can be written as t plus 3 by 60. Now the time is in terms of hour. Similarly, t minus 7 by 60 hour. So this is the time in terms of hour. Clear? Okay, fine. One more thing, let me assume that the distance between the two is x kilometer. The distance between the two is x kilometer, and the time taken in first case is t plus 3 by 60 hour, and the time taken in second case is t minus 7 by 60 hour. Clear? Okay. And the speed in first time is 5 kilometer per hour. Speed in second case is 6 kilometer per hour. So this is the basic information that we have obtained from this particular question. Now we have to move to the final stage of the question, that is putting values. Clear? Okay, fine. So in first case, the speed of the person is, speed is equal to, first case, speed is equal to distance divided by time. Yes, right. So what is the speed here? Not speed. In first case, time can be written as distance divided by speed, right? So what is the time here? The time taken by the person in first instant is t plus 3 by 60 is equal to. So what actually the distance is? Distance is x kilometer divided by what is the speed? Speed is 5. So this is equation number 1, right? Okay. In second case, what is the time? Time is t minus 7 by 60 is equal to. What is the speed? Distance here? The distance is same, x. What is the speed? Speed is 6. So this can be taken as equation number 2. So from this basic information we have obtained two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now from these two equations we can solve the question, or we can obtain the value of x, which is the distance between house and the factory. Okay, so moving to the final stage of the question, solving the two equations. Okay, so t plus 3 by 60 is equal to x divided by 5. T minus 7 by 60 is equal to x divided by 6. Okay. So subtracting equation, this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So subtracting equation 2 from 1, what we get? T minus t will be 0. 3 by 60 minus 7 by 60, that is plus 7 by 60 is equal to x by 5 minus x by 6, right? Okay, 60 is common here, 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 by 60 is equal to x by 5 minus x by 6. 6x minus 5x is x. 6 into 5 is 30. So 10 by 60 is equal to x by 30. X is equal to 10 into 30 divided by 60. So 10 by 2 is 5. So the value of x, which is given in terms of kilometer, is 5 kilometer, which is the distance between factory and house. So the answer for this particular question is option C, 5 kilometer. We didn't use any shortcut method. We moved in a straightforward manner by using simple idea that distance is equal to time is equal to distance divided by speed, the basic equation. Clear? Okay. So the answer for this question is 5 kilometer, which is option C. Moving to next question. Two cars. This is also from the year 2014. Two cars start towards each other from two places A and B, which are at a distance of 160 kilometer. Okay, so this is place A and this is place B, and two car moves towards each other. The car A and car B start towards each other. Okay, and the distance between the 2 points is 160 kilometer, right? They start at the same time 8:10. So now the time is 8:10 a.m. morning 8:10. Here also the time is 8:10 a.m. right? Okay. If the speed of the cars are 50 kilometer and 30 kilometer per hour respectively. So the speed of the car is 50 kilometer per hour. Speed of the car B is 30 kilometer per hour respectively, comma, they will meet each other at option A 10:10 a.m., option B 10:30 a.m., option C 11:10 a.m., option D 11:20 a.m. Okay, fine. They will meet each other at what time? Okay, fine. So if you analyze the options first, the options are equal or more than the time 10:10 a.m. right? So 10:10, 10:30, 11:10, 11:20. So let us, so which means that the two cars meet at a time equal or greater than the time 10:10 a.m. right? Okay. See, now the time is, the starting time is 8:10. At 9:10, the car A will cover a distance of what? 50 kilometer. At 9:10, the car A will cover a distance of 50 kilometer. At 9:10, the car B will cover a distance of 30 kilometer, right? Yes, fine. So the lowest value here is 10:10. Let us look what actually happens at 10:10. After 1 hour, the car A will travel another 50 kilometer. Then the time is 10:10, right? Okay, fine. At the same time, the car B will travel another 10, Now, the car A have already traveled 100 kilometer. At 10:10, the car B will travel a distance of 30 kilometer. Clear? Okay, so this is a time 10:10. In total, the car B traveled 60 kilometer. At 10:10, the car A already traveled at 100 kilometer and car B traveled 60 kilometer, right? See, now look, this is actually the point where the two cars meet, because the total distance between the 2 points A and B is 160, and the car A have already covered 60 from this particular point, and the car B have already covered 60 kilometer from this particular point. So actually they are now meeting. So at 10:10 a.m., that is exactly after 2 hours from their starting time, the two cars A and B will meet each other. So the answer for this question will be 10:10 a.m., that is 2 hours after the starting of the two cars. So the answer for this particular question is option A, 10:10 a.m. Clear? Okay, simple idea. We do not rely on any kind of equation, format, etc. We use a simple common sense and understanding what actually the question is talking about, or what actually the question is asked to us. Clear? Okay, fine. So moving to next question. Shahid and Rohit, two persons, start from the same point in opposite directions. After each 1 kilometer, Shahid always turns left and Rohit always turns right. Which of the following statement is correct? Option A, after both have traveled 2 kilometer, the distance between them is 4 kilometer. Option B, they meet after each has traveled 3 kilometer. They meet for the first time after each has traveled 4 kilometer. They go on without ever meeting again. Okay, let's look what actually the case is. Shahid and Rohit, they're starting from the same point but in opposite direction. Okay, fine. So let us assume Shahid is moving towards left and Rohit is moving towards right. Okay. After each 1 kilometer, Shahid always turn left and Rohit always turn right. After each 1 kilometer. Okay. So let's take Shahid has covered 1 kilometer and he turned left and further traveled 1 kilometer. Also, Rohit traveled 1 kilometer and he turned right and then further traveled 1 kilometer. Now they are positioning in here and here. So since Shahid and Rohit have traveled 1 kilometer, now they have to turn. Shahid will definitely turn towards the left and will travel 1 kilometer. Rohit will turn towards right and will travel 1 kilometer. So this is now point. Further, Shahid will turn left, Rohit will turn right and further travel each 1 kilometer, right? The question is asked about first statement. Let's take the first statement. After both have traveled 2 kilometer, that is 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer. After both have traveled 2 kilometer, the distance between them is 4 kilometer. So this is a point after they travel 2 kilometer. But the distance between them is 1 plus 1, that is 2 kilometer. It is not 4 kilometer. So the first statement is incorrect. Am I right? Yes. Option B, they meet each other. They meet after each has traveled 3 kilometer. Let's look. For 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer. So actually this is a first point where the two persons meet after the start of the journey. So this is a point where the two persons meet, which is actually 3 kilometer after since they start. So the second statement can be said to be correct because they actually meet after each has traveled 3 kilometer. One may think that they actually meet at this particular point, that is 4 kilometer after they start, but it is not correct. Actually they meet at this particular point. From here they move, Shahid turns left and move 1 kilometer. From here Rohit turns right and moves 1 kilometer. Together they meet here, this particular point, which is 3 kilometer after their start. So the answer for this question is option B. They meet after each has traveled 3 kilometer. Simple question, common sense idea. Next question. Two cities A and B are 360 kilometer apart. Two cities A and B which are apart by 360 kilometer. A car goes from A to B with a speed of 40 kilometer per hour and returns to A with a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. 60 kilometer per hour. What is the average speed of the car? Okay. See, in the beginning of the class, I have mentioned a shortcut to find the average speed of a person or a vehicle if the speed from starting point to the end point is x and the return speed is y. What was the equation? It was 2xy divided by x plus y. This was the equation. Clear? Okay. So by using this basic and simple equation, one can get the answer. The answer for this question is 2 into, what is the speed in first time? It is 40, and the return speed is 60 divided by x plus y, that is 40 plus 60. So 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 60 plus 40, it is 100. 0 0 will cancel. So the answer is 6 into 4 is 24. 24 into 2 is 48. So the average speed of the car is 48 kilometer per hour. Yes, the answer is option B for this question. Clear? Okay, moving to next question. A person climbs a hill in a straight path from point O on the ground in the direction of northeast and reaches a point A. Okay, so see, this is east, this is north, this is south, and this is west. So the person, see, let me take, this is a ground, and from ground he travels a distance of 5 kilometer in the northeast direction and travels at a point A. That distance is 5 kilometer, right? This is a northeast direction. From that point he moves to B. He moves to B in the direction of northwest. So this is the northwest direction. In the direction of northwest. Let the distance AB, the distance between A and B is 12 kilometer. This is a 12 kilometer. So now the question is, how far is the person away from the starting point? So we have to find the distance between the starting point O and B. That is, we have to find the length of OB. In the basic class, we have learned that, or at a first look, we will get an idea that this is a case of a right angle triangle, right? Having base 5 kilometer or having base 5 unit and the height is 12 unit. So what actually the question is asked to find, it is a hypotenuse. So by applying the Pythagoras formula, hypotenuse is equal to root of base square plus height square, right? Okay, so that is root of, what is the base? Base is 5, 5 square plus height is 12, 12 square is equal to 5 square is 25, 12 square is 144, that is root of 169, root of 169 is equal to 13. So the answer for this question, or the length of the hypotenuse or the distance between O and B is 13 kilometer. Let's check. Yes, option B is 30 kilometer. The answer for this question is option B, 13 kilometer, right? Okay. Moving to next question. A and B walk around a circular park. They start at 8 a.m. from the same point in the opposite directions. Okay. So it's a circular path at 8 a.m. So this is the starting point. The time is recorded as 8 a.m. 8 o'clock in the morning from the same point in the opposite direction. Okay. So A and B. So let us assume that A is moving anti-clockwise, B is moving in clockwise direction. A and B walk at a speed of 2 rounds per hour and 3 rounds per hour. So the speed of A is equal to 2 rounds per hour and speed of B is equal to 3 rounds per hour. Speed of A is equal to 2 rounds per hour. Speed of B is equal to 3 rounds by hour or per hour. Okay, fine. How many times shall they cross each other after 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m.? So the question is asked about how many times they will cross each other. They will cross in the sense, since both persons moves in different direction, obviously they will cross each other. And the question says the person A will walks at a speed of 2 rounds per hour and the person B walks at a speed of 3 rounds per hour. So in an hour, the person A will cover 2 rounds, the person B will cover 3 hours. But the question is, in how many times the two persons will meet each other between 8 o'clock and 9:30. Okay, fine, let's see. So we have obtained the speed of person A and speed of person B. Okay, let me say, after T times or after T hour, A and B meet each other at this particular point. T hour in the sense, the time taken by A to reach here and the time taken by B to reach here. So this is a time taken by both A and B to reach here, which is the point where they meet each other. Clear? Okay. So at point T, at every time a point T or at time T, both persons A and B will meet each other. Right? Okay. So let's find the distance covered by person A is equal to, distance is equal to speed into time, that is 2r per hour into T. Then distance covered by person B is equal to 3r by hour into t. Why I taken t same in both cases is that same time is taken by A to reach here and the B to reach here. From the question it is clear that the speed of B is higher than speed A. So A takes 2 rounds per hour but B takes 3 rounds per hour. So definitely the speed of B is greater than that of A, right? Okay. So the distance covered by A is equal to 2 r per hour into t. Distance covered by B is equal to 3 r per hour into t. Okay, fine. Now, actually at this particular point, this is the distance traveled by, or this is the distance covered by A, and this is the distance covered by B. Am I right? Yes. So adding the distance traveled by A and distance traveled by B, we get the one single round. See, this is a distance traveled by person A and this is a distance traveled by person B. Adding these two distance, we get what actually we actually get a single round. By adding the two distance traveled by both A and B, we get a single round here. Okay, let's follow that method. So distance traveled by A plus distance traveled by B is equal to, it is a r. 2 r per hour is within 1 hour the person takes 2 rounds. So distance A plus distance B is actually r. Clear? Okay. So 2r t by r plus 3rt by r is equal to r. This is a basic idea. So the denominator is same. So 2rt plus 3rt is equal to 5rt divided by hour is equal to r. So r will cancel each other. What we get? 5t is equal to 1 hour. 5t is equal to 1 hour, which means t is equal to 1 by 5 hour. So we got t is equal to 1 by 5. So we got t is equal to 1 by 5 hour. So what actually the time t is? What is actually t is? So t is equal to 1 by 5 hour. That means the time taken by both A and B to meet each other is 1 by 5th of an hour. What is it? That is 60 divided by 5. That is 12 minutes. So at every 12 minutes the two persons will meet each other, right? So in an hour or every 12 minutes, we can say every 12 minutes both persons meet each other. Am I right? Yes. So every 12 minutes both persons meet each other, right? So we have to find the number of times the two persons meet between 8 a.m. and 9:30. So between 8 a.m. and 9:30 there is 90 minutes. There is 90 minutes. Now we have to find how many times the two persons meet within the 90 minutes. How we can obtain? 90 divided by 12, which is equal to 7 point something. The question is asked about the number of times the both persons meet each other. So the answer for this question is option A, 7. We have obtained that at every 12 minutes the two persons meet each other. So between 8 and 9:30 it contains 90 plus 60 plus 30, that is 90 minutes. So in that 90 minutes, if the persons meet each other at every 12 minutes, they will meet each other 7 times. Clear? So the answer for this question is option A, 7 times or 7. Though the question seems to be a bit difficult, since the number of steps may be is quite more, but the idea is very simple. If a question comes like this, you have to apply your mind for what actually the case is. here I have narrated a particular case that I have taken a point from where the two persons meet each other, and the time taken by both persons to reach a particular point is taken as t. Then I have find the distance travelled by person A and distance travelled by person B. Together we got actually a full round. So adding the distance travelled by A and distance travelled by is equal to R, which is a single round. From that equation we get the time taken by each person to reach that particular point, which signifies that after every 12 minutes, that value of t is 12, after every 12 minutes the two persons meet each other. Then they get the number of times the two persons meet each other within the total 90 minutes is 90 by 12, that is 7 point something. So the number of times is 7, right? So the answer for this question is option A, 7. So next question. A freight train left Delhi for Mumbai at an average speed of 40 km per hour. 2 hours later, an express train left Delhi for Mumbai following the freight train on a parallel track at an average speed of 60 km per hour. Okay, so this is Delhi, this is Mumbai. Okay, fine. This is Delhi and this is Mumbai. The first train, that is freight train, it moves at a speed of 40 km per hour, and the second train, that is express train, which moves at a speed of 60 km per hour. Okay, fine. Let me take, the question is how far from Delhi would be the express train meet the freight train. Okay, so we have to find the distance between Delhi and the point where the two train meet each other. This is a point where the two train meet each other, and we have to find the distance between this point and the starting point. Am I right? Yes. Okay. So I am taking the time. I am taking the time taken by freight train BT. So let the time taken by the freight train be t. So in both cases the distance travelled by the trains are same. The distance travelled by the freight train is same. The distance travelled by the freight passenger express train is also same. Okay, so we can write the distance in first case, or the freight train, is equal to speed travelled by the speed of freight train into time taken by the freight train. Also the distance travelled by the express train is equal to speed of the express train into time travelled by the express train, right? Okay, so since the distance travelled by both the freight train and the express train are same, the left hand side is equal, hence we can equate the right hand side. So what is the speed of freight train? It is 40 into what is the time travelled by the freight train? It is t, is equal to what is the speed of the express train? It is 60. What is the time taken by the express train? We don't know actually the time taken by the express train, but we are assumed that the time taken by the freight train is t, and the express train start 2 hours late than the start of freight train. So the time taken by the freight express train will be 2 hours less than that of the freight train. So the time taken by the express train is t minus 2. From this equation we can get the value of t. Clear? Okay, so 40t is equal to 60t minus 60 into 2 is 120. Bringing 120 here, 120 is equal to 60t minus 40t, that is 20t is equal to 120. So the value of t is equal to 6. So it takes 6 hours to reach this particular point, or it takes 6 hours to meet each other. Clear? Okay. So if we got, since we got the value of t, we can find the distance travelled by the freight train, which is actually the question is asked. So the distance travelled with the freight train will be speed of the freight train, which is 40 km per hour, into what is the time taken by the freight train? It is 6 hours. So 6 into 40 is equal to what? 6 into 40 is equal to 240 kilometer. 40 kilometer per hour into 6 hours is equal to 240 kilometer. So which is option C. So the answer for this question is option C, 240 kilometer, right? Okay. A thief running at 8 kilometer per hour is chased by a policeman whose speed is 10 kilometer per hour. If the thief is 100 meter ahead of the policeman, then the time required for the policeman to catch the thief will be. Okay. So here is the policeman and the thief, and the distance between them is 100 meter. The speed of the policeman is 10 kilometer per hour. The speed of the thief is 8 kilometer per hour. Okay. They travel after a certain distance, the two persons meet each other. That means the policeman catches the thief, right? Okay. Let me take the distance between this point and the final point B, X, and the time taken by policeman and the time taken by the thief is same, because from here the thief runs, from here the policeman runs, and after the same time they start at the same point of time but at a distance of 100 meter, but the relative velocity, the relative speed of policeman is higher than that of the thief. So at the same time both persons reach here, so the time taken by the policeman and the thief remains same, right? So the time taken by the policeman TP is equal to time taken by the thief TT, right? So the time taken by the policeman is equal to distance covered by the policeman divided by speed of the policeman. The time taken by the thief is distance divided by the thief divided by speed of the thief, right? So what we can get, what is the distance covered by the policeman? Actually he covers a distance of 100 plus x. Actually the distance covered by the thief is x, but the thief is ahead of 100 meter than the policeman. So the policeman total covers 100 plus x distance. 100 plus x divided by, what is his speed? His speed is 10 kilometer per hour, which is equal to, what is the distance covered by thief? It is x divided by, what is his speed? It is x kilometer per hour, right? Okay, so here the distance is given in terms of meter, but the speed is given in terms of kilometer. So we have to convert the speed in terms of meter, right? Okay, so what we get, 100 plus x divided by 10 kilometer per hour is equal to x divided by 8 kilometer per hour. So it can be rewrite as 100 plus x divided by 10 into, so we have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. So 5 by 18 is equal to x divided by 8 into 5 by 18. Okay, so 100 plus x divided by 50 by 18 is equal to x divided by 40 by 18. So we have to cross multiply 40 by 18 into 100 plus x is equal to 50 by 18 into x. By 1 by 18 will be cancel each other. So 40, 50 can be written as 4 and 5. So what we get, multiplying 400 plus 4x is equal to 5x. So bringing 4x to the right of the equal symbol, 400 is equal to x. So the value of x, that is the distance covered by the thief, is 400 meter. So the distance covered by policeman, that is x plus 100 is equal to what? 100 plus 400, that is 500 meter. So the policeman takes 500 meter to catch the thief. But the question is, the time required for the policeman to catch the thief is, the time required by the policeman to catch the thief. Okay, so the distance is here. Now we have to find the time. The time is equal to distance divided by speed. So the distance covered by the person, is 500 divided by, what is the speed of the policeman? So the speed of the policeman is 10 into 5 by 18, which is, the 10 kilometer is converted in terms of what? Meter per second. So it get 500 divided by 50 by 18, that is 500 into 18 divided by 50. So 10, that is 180 seconds. So what is a 180 seconds? Actually 1 minute contains 60 seconds. So 180 seconds contain 3 minutes. So the answer for this question is option B, 3 minutes. So we have used a basic idea of a basic relationship between speed, distance and time. And from that basic idea, we have obtained the distance covered by the policeman, that is 500 meter. From that information, we have to find the time. Time is equal to distance divided by speed. Okay, distance is 500 divided by speed is, actually the speed is given in question in terms of kilometer per hour. So we have to convert it in terms of meter per second. So we get 500 divided by 50 by 18. We get the time as 180 seconds. Why seconds? Because the distance is meter and the speed is in terms of meter per second. So the time is in terms of second, that is 180 seconds. 180 seconds is equal to 3 minutes. The answer for this question is option B, 3 minutes, right? Okay. A train travels at a certain average speed for a distance of 63 kilometer and then travels a distance of 72 kilometer at an average speed of 6 kilometer per hour more than its original speed. If it takes 3 hours to complete the total journey, what is its original average speed? Okay, so let me take this is a starting point, and it travels a distance of 63 kilometer. Okay, a distance of 63 kilometer. From here, it travels a distance of 72 kilometer at an average speed 6 kilometer more than the original speed. So let me take the original speed be x. Original speed be x kilometer per hour. So now the speed is 6 kilometer more than its original speed. So this is a case. So from here to here, from the starting point to the end, it takes a total 3 hours to complete the journey, which means the time taken by the train from the point 1 to 2 and the time taken by the train from 2 to 3 together is 3 hours. The time taken to cover this much distance and the this much distance together constitute 3 hours. Clear? Okay. So here in the first case, the time taken to cover this much distance, time 1 plus time taken to cover this much distance will be equal to 3 hours, right? Okay. So let's write. What is the time in the first case? It is distance divided by speed. So 63 divided by x plus, in the second case it is 72 divided by 6 plus x is equal to 3 hour. 3 hour. Okay. So solving this equation, we will get the value of x. So we can write, cross multiplying this. So 63 into 6 is equal to 8. 378 plus 63x plus 72x divided by 6 into 6 plus x, that is 6x plus x square, which is equal to 3. Okay, so rubbing this, the equation will be a quadratic equation. So what we get? We get cross multiplying this, 6 into 3 is 18x plus 3x square is equal to 378 plus 63x plus 72x. Clear? Okay, 3x square, 63x plus 72x, it is 5, 135, 135x, 135x minus 18x, it is 117x, right? Okay, so 3x square minus 117x minus 378 is equal to 0. So we can divide the whole equation by 3. Dividing by 3, we get 3x square by 3 is equal to x square is equal to 117x divided by 3, we get what? 39x minus 126 is equal to 0. So we get x square minus 39x minus 126 is equal to 0. Here it is a second degree quadratic equation and we can solve this equation within seconds. How? See, here the quotient, the constant to the power x is minus 39. Clear? And the constant value here is 126, minus 126. So here also a minus symbol, negative symbol, here also a negative symbol. Okay, so which means that at least one fraction, at least one factor is negative. But since at least one factor is negative, why now we have to check whether the other factor is positive or negative. See, this is a product of the two, this is a sum of the two factors and this is a product of the two factors. Minus 39 is the sum of the two factors, minus 126 is the product of the two factors. If the product of two factors is negative, which means that one factor is positive, the other factor is negative. Since the product of these two factors is minus 126, which is negative, then one factor is positive, the other is negative. Now we have to check which whether the largest factor is positive or the smallest factor among the two is positive. See, if we check the quotient of the x, it is minus 39, which means that the largest factor is negative. So the value will be x, the product is 126 and their sum is 39. So the numbers are x minus 42, or the numbers are minus 42 and 3. See, if we add the 2, minus 42 plus 3, it is minus 39. Minus 42 into 3, it is minus 126. The largest factor is negative. Two factors, one is positive, other is negative, and the largest is negative. So the number, the fraction will be x minus 42 into x minus 3 is 0. Rewriting once again, x minus 42 into x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x minus 42 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 42. So what is actually x? It is the original speed in the first case, that is, it is the original speed that is taken as x. So the value of x is here, it is 42. The answer for this question is option C, 42. Yes, I agree, it's a bit lengthy question. You have to solve the quadratic equation. Yes, it is a lengthy question. You can solve this question in this particular manner. Okay, so practice more question will make you perfect. Moving to next question. A person can walk a certain distance and drive back in 6 hours. He can also walk both ways in 10 hours. How much time will he take to drive both ways? Okay. So, time taken to walk and drive back is equal to 6 hours. He can also walk in both ways, walking a certain distance and return back. So, walking a certain distance, time taken is TW, return back time taken is TW. So, TW plus TW is equal to 10 hour. So, if from this equation we got 2 TW is equal to 10 hour. So, time taken by walk is equal to 10 by 2, that is 5 hour. Putting this value here, if the time taken by walk is 5 hour, then the time taken by drive will be TD is equal to 6 minus 5, that is 1 hour. So actually the time taken to drive or time taken by drive is actually 1 hour. The question is, how much time will he take to drive both ways, driving the distance and driving back? So at every drive it takes 1 hour. So in return also takes 1 hour. So 1 hour plus 1 hour, it takes 2 hours. So it takes 2 hours to complete the journey by car or by drive. Clear? Okay. Moving to next question. A car travels from place X to Y at an average speed of V km per hour. From Y to X at an average speed of 2 V km per hour. Again from X to Y at an average speed of 3 V km per hour. And again from Y to X at an average speed of 4 V km per hour. Then the average speed of the car for the entire journey, option A, is less than V km per hour, lies between V and 2 V km per hour, lies between 2 V and 3 V km per hour, lies between 3 V and 4 V km per hour. Okay. So this is a starting point and this is an end point. At the first point, it travels from X to Y and that speed is V km per hour. For return, it takes 2 V km per hour. From here to here, it takes 3 V km per hour. In the return journey, it takes 4 V km per hour. Clear? Okay. Actually, we have to find the average speed of the car for the entire journey. For the simplicity or the easy calculation method, let me take the value of V is equal to 1. Then the speed will be 1 km per hour in the first instance, 2 km per hour in the second, then 3 km per hour, then 4 km per hour. Clear? Okay. So it's a pair of moving and return. Moving and return. This is a pair and this is a pair. In the initial part of our discussion, I have told you that to find the average speed of a journey and its return, there is an equation 2xy divided by x plus y, where x is the speed of the journey and v is the return speed of the journey. Here also 1 km per hour is the speed of the journey and 2 km per hour is the return. Here also 3 is the speed of the journey, 4 km per hour is the return speed of the journey. Okay. So from here we can obtain the average speed of this particular pair and average speed of this particular pair. From these two average, we can find the average speed of the entire journey. Clear? Okay. Moving in the following this particular logic. So this is case 1. This is case 2. So in case 1, average speed is equal to 2xy divided by x plus y. This is equation, that is 2 into 1 into 2 divided by 2 plus 1, that is 2 into 2, it is 4 by 3. So in the first case, the average speed is 4 by 3. In the second case, average speed is equal to 2 into 3 into 4 divided by 3 plus 4, that is 2 into 3, 6, 4 is 24, 24 divided by 7. So in the first case, the average speed is 4 by 3. Second case, it is 24 by 7. Is it correct? Okay. Now, we have to find the average speed by using these two speeds. Okay. So, the overall average speed is equal to. So, let us take this is the one speed and this is a return speed. So, by using these two speeds, we can find the overall average speed of the entire journey. So, it gives 2 into 4 by 3 into 24 by 7 divided by x plus y, 4 by 3 plus 24 divided by 7. Is it okay? Yes. So, we can get 3, 24, 8 here. So, 4 into 2, 8, 8, 8 is 64, 64 by 7 divided by 6, 4 is 28, 28 plus 72 divided by 7, 3 is 21. So, we get 64 by 7 into taking reciprocal 21 divided by 72 plus 28, it is 100. So, we get 100 here. So, 7 and 21 can cancel each other, 3. So, what we get actually is 4 into 3 is 192 divided by 100, which is equal to 1.92. So, this is the overall average speed of the journey. Okay, fine. But the question is, the overall average speed of the journey is less than V, between V and 2V, between 2V and 3V, between 3V and 4V. So, what actually the values of this V is 1 kilometer, V and 2V is between 1 and 2 kilometer, 2V and 3V it is 2 and 3 kilometer, 3V and 4V it is 3 and 4 kilometer, right? So, what is the actual value of the V overall average speed is 1.92, which is in between 1 kilometer and 2 kilometer, that is between V kilometer and 2V kilometer per hour. V kilometer per hour and 2V kilometer per hour. So, the answer for this question is option B. Clear? Okay. It's also a bit lengthy question. You have to donate your patient. You have to pay your patients for this particular question, right? Moving to next question. The question from this particular year 2021. A person X from a place A and another person Y from place B set out at the same time to walk towards each other. The places are separated by a distance of 15 km. X walks with a uniform speed of 1.5 km per hour and Y walks with a uniform speed of 1 km per hour in the first hour, with a uniform speed of 1.25 km in the second hour, with a uniform speed of 1.5 km per hour in the third hour, and so on. So, let's draw a figure. Person X, another person Y, they set out a journey from points A and B respectively. He moves towards here, he moves towards here. And the speciality of this case is the first person A, travels at a uniform speed of 1.5 km per hour at every case. Person B at the first instant travels at a uniform speed of 1 km per hour in the first case, then 1.25 km per hour in the second case, then 1.5 km per hour in the third, because 1.25 km in the second hour and the uniform speed of 1.5 km in third hour, and so on. So, next will be 1.75 km next case. But here the person travels at a uniform speed of 1.5 km. Okay. Then which of the following is our correct? First statement, they take 5 hours to meet. 5 hours to do. This is a first hour, this is first hour, this is second hour, this is third hour, this is fourth hour. Okay. So after completing 4 hours, the distance between them is actually 15 kilometer, right? As per the question, the distance between the two places X and Y, two places A and B is 15 kilometer. So after completing 4 hours, the person A covers a distance of 6 kilometer. After completing 4 hours, the person B covers a distance of actually 1.75 4 plus 1 5 actually covers a distance of 5.5 kilometer. So what is the midpoint of these 2 points? It is actually 7.5 kilometer. So after completing 4 hours, the person X or the person A covers 6 kilometer. So he didn't cross the midpoint. After 4 hours, the person Y covers 5.5 kilometers. So he also didn't cover the across the midpoint, which means that they haven't met till yet. Okay. So now here we have to take the next case, that is 5th hour. At the 5th hour, the person A travels another 1.5 kilometer in an hour. So total he travels 7.5 kilometer. At the next hour, the person Y will travel 2 kilometer as per this particular sequence, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75 and 2 kilometer. So at the 5th hour, the person will travel a speed of 2 kilometer per hour. So after 5th hours, 5 hours, the person Y covers a distance of 5.5 plus 2, it is 7.5. So now they are at the same point, which means they meet each other when? After 5 hours. Yes, it's correct. So after 5 hours, the person A covers 7.5 kilometer and the person B covers 7.5 kilometer. Correct. So now they are at the same point. Okay, the first statement is correct. So what is the speciality of that point? So actually it is a midpoint of the 2 places X and Y. So the second statement says they meet midway between A and B. That is also correct, because they meet at a point which is 7.5 kilometer from their respective starting position, which is actually the midpoint of the 2 points or midpoint of the distance between A and B, X and Y. Clear? Okay, fine. So the both statements are correct. So both 1 and 2 is correct answer. Answer for this question is option C. Clear? Okay. Next question. I think this is the last question. A bank employee drives 10 kilometers towards south from her house and turns to her left and drives another 20 kilometers. She again turns left and drives 40 kilometers. Then she turns to her right and drives for another 5 kilometers. She again turns to her right and drives another 30 kilometers to reach her bank where she works. What is the shorter distance between her bank and her house? Okay, simple question. Though the question seems to be a bit lengthy and complicated, the idea is very simple. Let's solve within 30 seconds. Okay. So first of all, let me draw a direction. If you know the direction very well, it takes very less time. So it is east, it is north, it is west, it is south. Okay. So let me take, this is a starting point. She travels 10 kilometers towards south. So this is 10 kilometers. And then turns left and drives another 20 kilometers. She again turns left and drives 40 kilometers. So this is 10 kilometers and this is remaining 30 kilometers. So this is 10 kilometers. Then she turns to her right and drives for another 5 kilometers. So this is 5 kilometers. She again turns to her right and drives another 30 kilometers. So this is the 30 kilometers. So now this is a point. To reach her bank. So this is her home. This is her bank. What is the shorter distance between her bank and her house? So the shorter distance means this is the distance. So what is this distance? This is actually 20 kilometer. What is this distance? It is 5 kilometer. So 20 plus 5 is the shorter distance between her house and bank. 20 plus 5 is 25. So the distance between her bank and her house is 20 plus 5, that is 25 kilometer. So the answer for this question is option B. That's the end of our discussion. So we have covered all the questions that are asked from this topic, time and distance. So do watch the video, do practice the PYQs from every topic that we have covered and that we are going to cover also, and practice as many MCQs as possible. So we will be back with another topic in the coming days. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.
Amrita IAS Academy.